Hey everyone, Erica here with Harmony Home Medical, and today we're going to go over your choices for threshold ramping. So let's go. So today we are just going to briefly cover what are your options for threshold ramping. When I say threshold ramping, I mean small rises into your doorway, usually up something no more than 5, maybe 6 inches tall. So for that, you have these variances here. We have a suitcase ramp, a 2-foot suitcase, and these come in sizes up to 10 foot, but for thresholds, you won't need more than 4 foot. We have rubber ramping, and then we have transition ramping. So the suitcase ramp is pretty self-explanatory. You hang it on the edge of your threshold, and then the length of your ramp will determine the slope. So if I had a 2-inch threshold, I'd have a pretty mild slope. The higher the threshold, the steeper it is, hence when you need a longer suitcase ramp. So these guys are pretty handy because they sit on the threshold itself, don't require legs, and they don't require exact measurements. So you could use it on a 2-inch threshold or a 3-inch threshold. Or if you had a 3-foot or 4-foot one, you could use it on anything from a 2 to a 5-inch threshold. So you can use it across different rises. You could take it to your friend's house or use it on different doorways. So the suitcase ramp is pretty handy for that reason as a threshold ramp. Now the other ones, rubber ramping, these guys are limited in the rise options that we have. So they go from anywhere from 1 to as much as 5 inches when you order this modular rubber ramp system that's out there, but it gets really expensive in a hurry. We like to use them for 1 inch up to 2 1/4 inch. We can order them in the pre-cut version like this for those rises, and then we can custom order for the taller ones. Rubber is nice because it is heavy, it's durable, it doesn't make noise when you're rolling over it with your wheelchair. It is the highest costing one, but it is a nice option. And especially if it's a permanent location, you want to kind of integrate with the aesthetic, it can blend with darker surfaces. A couple of them are actually even customizable for color from a couple brands. So then lastly, we have transition ramps. Now these guys, if you notice, have the legs coming down to the ground. So these are tiered and they add one for every inch of rise, up to 6 inches. So these guys have to stand on the ground, or are able to. I guess it's an advantage if you don't have a threshold to hold on to. Now this can apply when you have a security door, screen door, something that's going to close and block the threshold. That would make you have to take something like this up and down every time. So one of these guys could stay in front of that threshold and stand on its own legs, not have to be supported by it. So that would be a pro to a transition ramp. They come in some other versions where it's not tiered every inch, but they're all fairly similar and they're called transition ramping. So we have all of these options in our store and online, and when you need help with it, just make sure you always measure the rise, measure the width of your doorway, and confirm whether or not that ledge is available to hang a ramp on, or if you need to close the door, or if there's just no ledge there. So I've seen it in all of those different ways. So hopefully that is helpful and helps you get in and out smoothly so you can keep on rolling. Thanks for watching.